Another incident near the Polish border, but this time not with Belarus, but with Russia. An unidentified object fell on the grounds of a house in the village of Markajmy, near Lidzbark Warmiński. The concerned owner of the private property notified the police. The border guard and military police also arrived at the scene. For safety reasons, it was necessary to evacuate the villagers. All this took place just a few kilometers from the 9th Warmiński Reconnaissance Regiment and about 30 kilometers from the Kaliningrad Oblast. A village in Warmia Mazuria located near Lidzbark Warmiński. On January 28th, an object with a diameter of about 30 centimeters fell on one of the local properties. The property owner notified the local authorities. He was concerned about the fact that there was a hole in the ice on the pond on his property. We immediately reported this to all the services, and they took action. The village was evacuated. Whoever could went to their families or something, because it looked dangerous, like we wouldn't even be able to stay overnight, you know. The pond was examined with special sonar, among other things. Firefighters and soldiers worked on site. On Thursday, by the decision of the district prosecutor in Olsztyn, the operation was concluded. No dangerous objects were found at the site. Importantly, Markajmy and Lidzbark Warmiński are only 25 kilometers from the Russian border. Krzysztof Puternicki took a close look at the case. The military prosecutor's office, which has been supervising the investigation from the beginning, claims that it will only be able to provide us with any information regarding this incident next week. This raises many questions, considering that the unofficial information we have from people who were here during the search of the reservoir the day before the evacuation indicates that some kind of metal object was found here. This led to the evacuation of the residents. We will continue to try to get answers to all these questions for you. But this is not the only incident in recent times. Today, an unmanned aerial vehicle, probably a drone, crashed into the territory of the 1st Air Cavalry Battalion in Leźnica Wielka in the Łódź province. The unmanned aerial vehicle has been secured and will be handed over to experts today for further investigation. In recent days, weeks, and months, our airspace has been constantly violated by various objects. This was the case, among others, on Christmas Eve, when smuggling balloons entered Poland from Belarus. The same happened in January. At that time, one of the balloons containing, among other things, GPS transmitters, fell in the center of Białystok, right next to the headquarters of the TVP branch in liquidation. These recurring situations are also causing concern among residents, citizens of eastern areas, because at any moment something could fall on their homes. However, the most serious situation of this type occurred in September, when several dozen Russian drones flew into Poland. Experts emphasize that what is happening in the airspace is nothing more than provocations and testing of the Polish state. This is very dangerous and disturbing. We must, of course, analyze this situation and draw conclusions from it immediately, because unfortunately, there will be more and more such threats. That is why it is so important to seal the Polish border as much as possible and take effective action, and above all, provide reliable information, which Poles deserve and which in many cases is lacking.